Hello, 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 everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on this another live, on this another Lunch and Learn session. We are here live one more Friday. Thank you so much for joining us. Come on in, come on in, come on in. If you are out there, come on in and join us. We are delighted to have you joining us on the different medias. Let us know where you're joining us from. If you are joining us from Facebook, please drop in the chat that you're joining us on Facebook. If you're joining us on YouTube, please do the same. Let us know. And if you're joining us from LinkedIn, please do the same and let us know where you're joining us from. Welcome, welcome. Come on in, everyone. Come on in, and be with us on this, our live session. I want to thank you so much for being with us. We are talking today about the power of right alignments, the power of right alignments. And with me this afternoon is my co-host and Dr. Marcia Thomas. And I am yours truly, Dr. Janice Brooks, life strategist, a professional people builder, and a licensed counselor, part of the Maxwell team of speakers, coaches, and leadership trainers. And we are again delighted to have you. Dr. Marcia, welcome, welcome, and thank you so much. Go ahead and introduce yourself to this audience that is with us today.
Okay, so those who know me, good afternoon, everyone. I'm a Christian strategic certified leadership coach, consultant, and also a trainer. I help Christian leaders make hard professional and personal decisions to overcome the challenges that they face as leaders. I am actively involved in church leadership and also in community building.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Dr. Marcia. And we are talking about the power of right alignments. And when we talk about right alignments, we first have to try to define what an alignment is. And in its smallest sense, alignment refers really to a state of being centered, a state of being intentionally placed and carefully positioned to a set of goals and values. And these goals and values are usually synchronized to a place, a person, or a thing. And alignment not just speak to people, but it can be extended to every area of our lives, can be extended to our jobs, our homes, in the church, everywhere that we are present. We have to think about alignment. And alignment is very critical. And let me say, right alignment is very critical to our destiny and our future in life. Because if we are improperly aligned, we can delay our destiny. We can even deny our destiny. We can cut our lives short if we are improperly aligned. I like how Solomon, who was the wisest man, he said, "Don't be over righteous or over foolish. Why should you die before your time?" In other words, Solomon was saying, you can actually die before your time if you are foolish or if you are over righteous. In other words, he was saying, don't be misaligned. Have the right alignments that can get you to the place and extend your future and your destiny. Dr. Marcia, I want you to add your voice. And if you are there with us joining, whether from YouTube, Facebook, or on LinkedIn, drop in the chat and let us know where you're joining us from. We are delighted to have you join us. Dr. Marcia, go ahead and add your voice to this. What are alignments in your own words?
The Bible rightly says that we are to get wisdom. In all our getting, we must get wisdom and understanding. And so alignment in itself is a settled position of where we are. In fact, alignment is a biblical word. Ephesians 4 verse 12 says that when you are equipped by God and when you are in alignment, you are equipped to give service. So what does that mean? When we are born, God gives every one of us a purpose. Before you were born, I knew you. Before you were even shaped in the womb, I destined what you would do on this earth to give me glory and to point back people to me. And so the alignment in itself is the purpose that God gives to every one of us before we are born. What it is, the assignments or calling is what the task he gives us to fulfill this purpose and complete our divine destiny plan. And so when those are smugly merged and integrated, then we are in full alignment.
Wow. That is such a great example, Dr. Marcia. And I must add to alignment, because when I think about alignment also, I think about like a motor vehicle. And we have a motor car, and the motor car is going down the street and it's wobbling. You cannot let the steering go because it's swinging from side to side. And right away, you know that that vehicle needs to be aligned or realigned. And so you take the vehicle to the mechanic shop, and the mechanic will put it on that alignment stand, a realignment stand. And what he does, he bring it back into synchronization. And so it's the same thing with our lives. We have to be able to come into synchronization with persons who share our values, who share our ideas, who share the goals and the dreams that we have in our heart. If we are not in that place, it therefore means that we are out of alignment. And as I said before, alignment determines our destiny. Back in Jamaica, where I'm from, we used to say, show me your company and I'll tell you who you are. So how do we find the right alignments, Dr. Marcia?
Well, for me, I'd say that our decisions, our actions, and our company must be moving towards the same goal. And so, if my actions do not match my words, and I do not understand my purpose and what I must do to fulfill my purpose, and who are the persons that have been ordained to line up with me to take me towards that goal of fulfilling my purpose, then I am misaligned. What am I saying? When God gives us an assignment that is matched to our purpose, he does not just leave us by the wayside to find the miraculous ways to fulfill the purpose. He provides beforehand the right persons with the right resources. But God does not give the provision when he gives the vision, because we have to make sure that we connect our resources to the right sources. And when we match those sources, it does not come out of the air. We talk with God and we ask him to show us how he has equipped us, the places and the persons that we must serve. So you must have a relationship with God and you must consult him and open up the vision that he has given to you to him so he can direct you to the right persons. When you are matched with the right persons, your core values and your assignments are mirrored by the persons who are to align you and carry you through to the fulfillment of your purpose. There is a peace inside of you. There is no confusion or chaos, and there is no ambivalence. They might be going from a different point, but the goal is the same. The intentions are very similar, and the understanding is very clear. So you purposefully and intentionally merge your actions, your decisions, and your roles with these persons who have been prepared or pre-prepared to give you more clarity, to give you expansion, and to take your exploration to the highest and ultimate place.
Wow. Significant, Dr. Marcia, some powerful points that you have shared right there. And I just want to add, because I love to use analogies, I want to add to that, that whenever you are looking for the right alignments, you have to be able to look at the value system. The value system. And when I think about the value system, I think about the different signs that we use in life. For example, we use the plus sign to denote addition. We use the minus sign to denote takeaway. Multiply, we know it is going over and over. And the division sign is the one that makes things smaller because we're divided. And I love to use those signs because we need people. When we're looking for the right alignment, we need to look for people who are the plus sign people, people who add value to us, people who bring out the best in us. They see beyond every veil that we put on. They are able to help us to move into our right self. They speak to us and they speak through us. They build us up. They encourage us. Those are the plus people. Their values are rightly aligned with the same values that we have. They literally finish your sentences when you speak. Then there are the minus people, those persons that has the minus sign. We don't want those people in our inner circle, because those people are those that steal your dreams. They kill your dreams. They are called the dream killers, the dream stealers. They just take away everything from you that they believe that you have. They minus you, they bring you down to a lower level. You feel like nothing, like you're dwindling when you're in their presence. Those are the minus people, and they are not your right alignment. Now let's talk about the multiply people, because these are the people that bring something out of you. They multiply you, they make you blossom, they enhance your dream. They do everything that is necessary to ensure that you grow. Stay with those people. Those are the right people to be aligned with. Then the final group I'm talking about is the people that divide you. They slit you up. They see the worst in you. All they look at is your past. They are always going backward. And so they cause you to feel small. Those are not your right alignments. And so it is with the places. It could be a place that you work. And if this place is adding additional pressure to you, it could be even your church or different groups that you align with. If they are adding too much pressure, you feel frustration, you feel like you're not growing, you are stagnant. These are your people that are dividing you, are lessening you, and these cannot be your right alignment. So be careful when you choose alignment. Look for the right alignment. Use something to determine who are your right alignment. Dr. Marcia, what are some of the characteristics that we should look for, or people should look for, when they think about right alignments?
All right. The first and most important thing for me is that it resonates with your core values, what is deep down inside of you. It does not require you to alter yourself. You can always move with integrity, and you can always be your authentic self if you're in the right alignment. Right alignment accepts vulnerability. There are times when you are on your right path and you're aligned to the right persons, but because of your human nature, we may become impatient, or we may make decisions. We might jump ahead of ourselves in our impatience, or in our waiting, we might become frustrated. The right alignment puts us back on track, balances us out. The right alignment also gives us that joy and peace, even in challenges and struggle. So we are not defeated, we do not feel helpless or hopeless when we come upon roadblocks or pitfalls when we are in the right alignment. We know that all things are now possible because we are aligned with the right persons. And this is just a simple setback that is being orchestrated by the evil one. So we do not fulfill our destiny. So we are not daunted or deterred because we have this hope and this faith and this resilience that has cemented us in a settled position that anything can happen, but it does not mean that our circumstances will now limit us. What our circumstances actually do when we are in the right alignment is propel us to emerge stronger and more armed and militant about fulfilling our purpose. The truth be told is that one of the next thing is that emotionally, behaviorally, cognitively, and somatically, we are at the right place. We are not daunted or deterred. What we are when we are right aligned is focused, very focused. And so any distractions that come upon us, we eliminate.
Thank you, Dr. Marcia. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us. If you are in the stream, let us know where you're joining us from. Go ahead and drop where you're joining us from. I know someone is joining us from Clarendon in Jamaica. Wherever you're joining us from, please, Edwin Allen High School, thank you so much for joining us. Please drop in the chat where you are joining us from. We're delighted to have you. We are talking today about the power of right alignments. I am Dr. Janice Brooks, and my co here today is Dr. Marcia Thomas, and we are really getting deep into this topic because alignment can delay our destiny. It can even cut our destiny short if we are incorrectly or misaligned. And let me just add to what Dr. Marcia said, because some characteristics of the right alignment is that they challenge you to become better. They see your dream even when you don't see it clearly. They believe in you and they tell you the truth. They are the ones that will say the things to you that you actually need to say to yourself. And when you are properly aligned, when you have these right alignments in your circle, it costs you less. You have less frustration. So Dr. Marcia, build on this for us. Talk to us about some of the benefits, some of the things that we can look for in our lives when we have the right alignments. When we
All
have
right.
the
When
right
you
alignment.
have the right alignment, I want to go to Psalm 1. It says, you become like a tree planted by the rivers of waters, which bring out forth your fruits in season. Nothing you do will wither. You will prosper. You will flourish. And you will also strive. You will not only just survive. And that's just one. It says no, a good heart, a jolly heart, don't give us is like medicine. When you are aligned to the right persons and to your mission, you are healthy. It improves your life. Mentally, you are stronger. Emotionally, you are stronger. Spiritually, you are stronger. And psychosocially, you are stronger. And so you must not miss the alignment, because the Bible says that the evil man will be destroyed, but the righteous will stand fast. And many are the problems of the righteous, but God delivers them out of them all. So the moment you align yourself to your purpose and to the right persons, you align yourself to victory and gain, and not loss and defeat. You align yourself to growth and development and not stagnation. You align yourself to take risk, because you can take risks with God. God is very sure, and none of his plans will be thwarted. So whatever promise he gives to you, he will fulfill Once you make your mind stay upon him and what it is that you are required to do and why you are doing what you're doing, when you are aligned to the right persons and the right purpose, you are able to remain focused on what you're doing. You are not like a river that has overflowed its bank. You are not one foot in the water and one on the bank. You are standing firmly, confidently, and strongly in your purpose and in your mission, in your assignment, and in yourself. And another benefit of being properly aligned is that who you are sent to go to and what you are to take to them, they receive. And God has a way of aligning you where you are. I'm going to give you an example. Moses was to deliver the people of Israel, and he was sent to the enemy. The enemy was to take care of him. He learned all the ways of the enemy, and he was able to carry out his mission. Deborah was aligned as a prophetess, and when she got herself together, she was aligned to the person she was to give the prophecy, and she brought them into battle and became the only female judge, and Israel was able to have peace for 40 years. When the mother of Mary, of Jesus, Mary, was supposed to carry out her mission, she was immaculately conceived, but she had a partner. She was aligned to the right person. An angel spoke to her, and Joseph, which was the one that could manage all of the stress that would come. And while life did not become a bed of roses, life was a bed of ease because of the mindset. And there's where I'm going. When you are aligned to the right person, one of the benefits you have is the mindset. It's not fixed. It is a growth mindset that adopts and becomes very flexible and surrendered to the will of God.
Mighty examples, Dr. Marcia. And we could add to that the Esther alignment, where she was aligned with Mordecai, who walked around the borders of the temple day by day and prayed her into her purpose and into her destiny. So when she went into the king, there was nothing that could prevent her from getting that staff that was handed to her so she could lead her people out. We could go on to the 4 leprosy men who had a mindset that was connected to growth. They said, if we stay here by the wayside, we're going to die. But if we go into the city, peradventure we may die, but we will get some food to eat. And they are correctly aligned, and they moved into the city. And we know that story well. They were able to get so much that they had to call in the whole nation, city to come in and take things out, take the spoil. We could talk about so many right alignments that are our examples to use today. The benefits of right alignments are critical to our forward movement and destiny. Thank you for mentioning that, Dr. Marcia. Those alignments are indeed right and critical. We don't even want to go into so many more of them. The Joshua alignment with Moses. Oh my God. We have so many alignments that we can think of. And in our day and time, we have to ask God. We have to pray for the right alignment. Look at the values that people hold dear. Are these my same values when I align myself with them? Are these my same values? Will I benefit from aligning with this or these persons? And so, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you once again for really coming in and joining and sharing with us on this broadcast. We are here every Friday at this time. It's 1 p.m. Eastern that we have this lunch and learn, where we share on another potent topic that we believe will help you to learn and to grow. It's all about building people and changing lives, helping persons to move further, press into their purpose so that they can live a life that is profitable, that is fulfilling, and that is intentional. Dr. Marcia, we are coming down to the end of this session. We have maybe another 10 minutes left. So we want to talk about, how do we remove ourselves from the alignments that are not right for us? How do we, in Jamaica, they will say, take away yourself from the alignments that are not meant for us so that we can live an intentional and purposeful life?
First of all, I would say, and I have to say what the Bible says, test the spirit. Sometimes we do not know that we are in the wrong alignment unless we look around us and test the spirit. Pay attention to the red flags. You know, a gentleman told a story that he was traveling on a bus to school as a youngster. And as he traveled on the bus, he was working with the son and friends to the son of a pastor. And while they were on the bus, the child used to play pranks on the other students in the school bus, and he used to hide their stuff, their bags, and so on. But he was not from a Christian home, but he knew that did not resonate with his spirit, because he saw children crying and he saw how affected some of these children were. And the last straw is that the young man misplaced some money for a child, placed it where the child couldn't find it, and then he did not remember where he put it when it was needed. And it was a terrible thing for that child. The parents were very upset. It was to do business for his family. And he at that time separated himself. So it appeared to be the right alignment because of the association and the connection and the background. But some things appear to be true. But if it is too good to be true, it means that it is not true. And so we must test the spirits so that we can remove ourselves before it is too late. The next thing we must always do, is that we must connect the dots. If all the dots cannot connect, something is wrong with that connection. Something is wrong with that alignment. When you are sorting your car out and you're fixing your tire and so on, and you put it on that thing to get it to align, if there is a little iota out, then your wheel will wobble. And I'm not a mechanic, so I am just projecting what I am thinking will happen. Because some things require you to have 110% accuracy. If you cannot have 110% accuracy, then you need to pause and evaluate before you move forward. Because the moment you start moving forward, there is no turning back. When you are fully aligned, forward is forward. And then we want to make sure that we are aware of ourselves. We can become our worst enemies. We can be properly aligned and then self-sabotage. When we find that we are beginning to compare ourselves with others, when we find that we are not willing to lift others because we feel that if we lift them, we cannot lift ourselves, then we need to step away from that alignment, recalibrate, get our mindset together, because in an alignment, there is mutual collaboration. You have some benefits that I can derive from you, and I have some that you need. No man is an island, so it has to be balanced. If there is an imbalance anywhere, then you need to separate yourself. You are misaligned, because alignment creates harmony, it creates balance, it creates peace, it reinforces joy, and it definitely cements clarity. If all of those things are missing, or even one of those things, you need to take a serious look, a hard look at your alignment and put it back in its right place. Because sometimes when we persist in a misalignment, we persist to our own detriment. We delay our destiny. We veto all the plans that God has for us. We delay the plans that the Holy Spirit has placed in us. We are stuck at the wrong place and in the wrong season. We come out of timing. Once something allows you to do that, step away, you're in the wrong alignment.
Excellent points, Dr. Marcia. I am so blown away by those points that you shared. How much more can I add to that than saying that Solomon, the one of the wisest man, he said, walk with the wise and you become wise. The wise man will question himself, but the fool question others, always seeing the imperfections in them. Hold on to the wise word of Solomon. Walk with the wise and become wise. So if you are aligned with somebody and you are not feeling, seeing, hearing the wisdom being transferred in any way, you know what to do. Walk away. Walk away. Honesty is the best policy. I learned that from I was a child. Focus. Check your focus and see if your focus is aligned with the focus of that place, that person, or that thing that you're aligned with. Remember, alignments, if not carefully chosen, can erode your entire destiny. The final thing I want to say is pray for divine discernment. Without discernment, you end up doing many things that you could have saved yourself some heartache, some pain, some sorrow. And sometimes you get so far entangled that it is hard for you to get out. You spend many years of your life trying to get out of that alignment. So pray for divine discerning so that you can see years ahead of you. You can see literally through the person or through the place or through the thing that you're seeking to be aligned with, so that your decision can be firm, your decision can be intentional, your decision can be mixed with wisdom as you seek to pull away from those things, persons, places that are not aligned with your own values, your mission, and your purpose in life. Remember, nothing just happens. Everything you do requires your own cooperation in the matter. Something can be aligned to you, but you're going to have to take away yourself from that. One of the things I say is either you lose them or they lose you, but something have to give. Either you break away from them or they break away from you, but something has to give if it is not the right and proper alignment. Dr. Marcia, your final comments. We are over the 30 minutes mark. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Drop in the chat wherever you're joining us from. If you're on the YouTube, go ahead and say it. If you're on the Facebook or on the LinkedIn, go ahead and say it. We are glad to have you. And if you have a point, a comment, a question that you want to add and have an answer for, go ahead and drop it in. Dr. Marcia is about to give her final comments at this time as we have walked through this potent discussion on the power of right alignments. Go ahead, Dr. Marcia, share your final comments.
Well said, Dr. Brooks. And I want, as I put my final comment out there, to ask a question. Did you feel that you were aligned? And after this session, you now feel that you will have to evaluate your alignments because somewhere along the line you have been hampered or you have been delayed a little. You could never understand that it was your misalignment, because there is a way that seems right to a man, but the end thereof is not what we want or desire because we are misaligned. And not all that glitters is gold. If it is too true, if it seems too true to believe, then it is usually not true. And finally, there is wisdom in a multitude of counselors. If you are not sure, ask. And when you ask, seek. If after asking you find that you need a little more, seek. And when you seek, knock, and that door will be open to the right alignments. And that door that is open because you have sought God and sought counsel and sought information cannot be shut by a normal man. You are your greatest assets. You can open or shut your door.
Thank you so much, Dr. Marcia. Thank you for those final comments. Ladies and gentlemen, we are glad that you have joined us. I close with the words of the wisest man. Don't be over righteous. Don't be over wise. Don't lose your life before the time. Seek for right alignments. And when you find them, hold on to them and get to the place of your purpose and destiny in the right time. God bless you and thank you so much for joining us today. Join us next on Tuesday at 7:45 a.m. Eastern Time, where we have another audio event. And on Tuesday evening again at 8 p.m. for the fireside chat, where we'll be having an excellent masterclass on the mindset reboot, where we ask you to come and get the necessary tools that you need to reboot your mindsets. It starts at 8 p.m. Eastern, right in a Zoom room, and the flyer is out everywhere on all the medias. Register and come to this masterclass, because at different times in our lives, we need a reboot. Every single one of us need a reboot, particularly of our mindset. And then next Friday, 1 p.m. again, we will be back here with another Lunch and Learn session. We thank you so much once again, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. You have a great rest of your weekend. And remember, stay properly aligned. And if you're not, get to the place of proper alignment. Dr. Marcia, thank you so much for always being here, sharing with me and with this audience. God bless you. Thank you so much, everyone.
You're welcome. Bye, everyone.